What's poppin'? Welcome into our 90-day fiancé before the 90 days review. This is going to be for season 8, episode 15. The episode was titled Mayday. Mayday. I'm screaming Mayday after watching some of what we saw. But let's welcome in our regular co-host James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel on YouTube. And also, just fun disclaimer, let's subscribe, let's support other creators as well. I also want people to be aware he is covering now it's Peacock's House of Villains. Tap into his review. He just did one yesterday. It's a fun show that is lighthearted. But hi, James. I'll be quiet now.
No, don't be quiet. Keep talking. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, y'all. Yes, please like, comment, subscribe. You know, we try to do this, y'all. It's not easy getting up here every day or every other day and giving y'all this content. We dedicate a lot to y'all, so please do us a solid. Like the video, comment on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Help build up that revenue for us.
We would appreciate it. We would appreciate it. And welcome in to everybody who is here. I see there are a couple of people viewing right now. Welcome in. I hope everybody is having a good Monday. As good as Monday can be, y'all, because it is Monday. But this episode, Lisa and Daniel, again, put them on a Nutella. The Nigerian soap operas, put them on a novella, put them on All My Children, put them on Beauty and Black, put them somewhere on a soap opera, please do. Because Lisa and Daniel, I can't even start. We're not going to start with them, but I cannot start this review without acknowledging.
When I tell you they were everything.
Everything that we didn't know we needed, but did know we needed, but wanted.
I need a spin-off. TLC, I need a spin-off. I'm sorry. This is y'all star. Fuck Mama June and Pumpkin and all them. This is the star right here. Y'all are messing up the money. I would tune in every week for Lisa.
Lisa and these wigs. And Lisa on social media is kind of funny too. Because she keep putting these off-the-wall hairstyles in her head. Like she had a head full of crochets. And I said, look, heavy as hell. And Lisa just is unapologetically Lisa. But let's welcome in our moderator and my twin, Shani. Welcome into you, Shani. I hope you had a good day. I know it is, 8:30 over on the East Coast? It's late. So I appreciate you for being there. And here, you can see James is back at work. He got that hat to the back again. Right.
I was just telling her, I have to wear a hairnet at work, and it drives me so crazy just naturally, so I have to have something on my head again. So I'm wearing the hat, y'all. I'm getting a lot of compliments on it. I might keep the hat style. I don't know. We'll see. I always change it up.
Hats look nice. I feel like hats on men in general, well, depending on the shape of the man's head and how his face is structured, they look decent, especially black men. They tend to age them backwards. So good for you. Let's go hat. Hey, you might catch a man. You never know. You might catch a lady. Hey. It goes both ways. Shit.
It sure does. It could. Listen,
it could.
I ain't got nothing. Listen, I ain't got nothing in a minute. So yeah, we might have to, bring Boo Boo down here. I'm just saying, I ain't had none in a long time, y'all. It's been a minute. So yes.
Hey, the hat may reverse it. She said, yo, I finally watched this show. I watched 2 episodes. I know Shani did watch this. She did message me. I was cracking up because you see the ignorance that we have to tolerate in order to comment on what happens with this show weekly.
Between Emma, Laura, I don't know who to go off on more.
I'll be trying to be nice, but I agree. You don't know who. Shani said, I will never forget him telling her you vomit lies. That was
my favorite moment of Daniel and Lisa is when she revealed her hair, and they was walking down the street, and he kept looking at me, gonna run his fingers to it.
He said, "I will never forget her taking off that wig." And his face, it was the, oh, why are you like this? I said, when I take my braids out, my husband do not look at me and be like, "Why are you like this? Stay inside." Like, that is crazy. At least
she cannot wear her short hair. She cannot wear it. She has to wear the wig.
He said it is fine for when we are in the hotel, but when we go out and around my friends and in public, you have to wear the wig. I said, no, he did not tell her. You know what? I can't. Be quiet, Josiah. My husband laughing. Oh, Shanny said the look on Daniel's face when she came out to him and his uncle, they are the best. Why have I not been watching this show?
I said the same thing, Shanny. I said the same thing. Had I known this show was this damn good, I would have been watched this shit a long time ago. Where has this show been all my life?
You know, it's funny. We on season 8. 90 Day Fiancé has had 9 seasons, and there's so many. There's 90 Day the Other Way, 90 Day Fiancé, 90
Yeah.
Day the Single Life, before the 90 days, the couples retreat. There's a lot. So I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. Shani says she had a good day once again. This boy talked me into cooking. Shout out to my nephew, twin cousin, whatever I'm supposed to call him, because if he could get you to cook, the man has superpowers. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, yeah.
She said cooking.
Because let me tell you something. My mom be like, boy, you better take your ass into one of them drive-thrus or something. I ain't cooking shit. That's exactly how my mom would say it. But that's bury your mom for you. Bury your mom for you. They don't care how much they love you. They ain't cooking nothing. Now, my grandmother, on the other hand, she'll get that kitchen. My mama, hell no.
My grandma's funny. My dad, my cousins, everybody get mad. She will cook for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Everyone's not the other grandkids, just me. I don't know why.
My grandmother cooks for the grandchildren she see all the time. If she doesn't see you all the time, she's not going to cook for you. But if she sees you regularly, she'll cook for you. And all we have to do is say, Granny, we want some pinto beans. Child, she go out there and unthaw that ham bone that she's been saving from Thanksgiving and make us, oh, yes.
I love it. Shout out to all the grandmothers out there. We love a good grandmother. We really do. Y'all, we are going to start this episode with Elise and Joshua. Elise and Joshua acted a complete fool. A complete fool. She said, I'm hungry too, Lord. Well, more so Elise. Josh, he has audacity, but Elise is acting a fool right now. Elise is pretty much hurt because she feels alert. That's what I'm getting. Like, the red flags are in her face. She's aware of them. She did meet Josh's friend and roommate, who is also financially supporting him and giving him free room and board with food, Nat. And she did acknowledge, she's like, I don't think it's anything sexual between them. She says she doesn't sense the chemistry, but the problem she has is that he felt the need to lie, which I think most people are like that. I'm kind of like that. I know James to be like that. Like, sometimes it's like, it's not a big deal what you felt the need to lie over, but now I'm looking at you because you chose to lie about something that is not so big. Mm-hmm. That's always kind of a concern to people. So it makes sense for her to have her alert up, but she's crying because she woke up and he wasn't there. And instead of texting him like a normal human being, hey, babe, I'm awake. Where are you at? She decided to text him saying, oh, I hope you're enjoying Nat, which pissed him off. And so he didn't respond. And now she's crying because she's thinking, because she confronted his friends about the living situation in front of everybody at the dinner, that he's just mad and siding with the friends. He ends up coming into the house, sees her crying, and he tries to skedaddle out of there faster than a rat that's been seen in the day. And she catches him and talks to him, but it's like, well, why did you try to leave? And he's like, I don't know. You looked upset. And some men are like this. My husband was actually like this in the beginning. Like, he cares, but he was really bad with emotions and did not know what to do with it and will just try and avoid it. But not to make things worse, but to just try and not have things continue to escalate. But I'm like, men, that does not always work. But these people have only been together for 6 months. The whole 6 months that they've been talking, they have been internationally dating. So it shows how little they know each other, in my opinion, because for him to run up out of there because he see her crying instead of asking her what happened and what's wrong, but she's in a foreign country alone in a bedroom with your weird ass friend's picture over the bed, you don't get to run away. You get your ass back in here and you ask her why she's crying, or you give her a goddamn hug. That's all. Make her feel like you give some sort of a flying, you know what. That's all I'm saying. But they end up going out anyway, because he's the type that's like, let's just have a good day, babe. It's all good, man. Let's just go have a good day. While he's telling the camera that she pissed him off. And I'm like, no, sir, you need to express to her that you're upset. But they go about their day. They go on a date, go to the beach, learn how to surf, eat some food. The food looked good. Whatever little burger thing they had.
It was huge. It was like,
it looked good.
damn, I wanted to bite.
Right. Just a bite. Right. Me and James, hungry asses, can't watch nothing.
Right.
How did I get that?
Trust me, I'll be like, especially when Real Housewives of Dubai was airing, I think that was our worst, where I was literally writing down all the restaurants and texting them to her. I said, we got to try this.
You know what? That was bad. Yeah. Dubai, there was something else we watched that was based in Atlanta, and we were wanting to try the food. I can't remember what it was. I think it was on that Bold and Bougie. It was something that was
Bougie. Yeah, it might have been. It might have been. Because I feel like with Real Housewives of Atlanta, they always go to the same places. That's why I was like, okay, it could have been Bold and Bougie.
Yeah, it had to be, because the Housewives also eat at places that we question. But I digress. They had their good day. At the end of the day, they end up talking on the beach. And just as we suspected, Elise finally confirmed that it is cold as hell in Australia right now. And she's just dressed like she's in the Miami sun in the dead of the hottest point of the summer. I'm looking at her like, girl, look at the weather before you travel. But they do end up having a good day. And she mentions concern at the end of their date for his stability, which I think is fair to discuss. But I also think it's too soon to discuss his stability with her. Now, I know it's 90 Day Fiancé and they should be preparing to apply for the K1 visa so he could come over there, which means she has to sponsor him. But he has a job. He said in the morning when he was gone that he went to work and thought her being asleep was the perfect time to sneak away and get some errands done and things. Which gives me he had to go ask Nap for some more money and collect else, because did you go to work or did you run errands? Because he said he did both and he wasn't gone for that long. Did you catch that, James?
I did catch it. That's why I'm laughing, because I thought I was the only person who heard that. I was like, wait, that don't make no sense. What you just said? Where did you go? Did you go?
He said he was going to work, but then he said he was running errands. But then she woke up in the morning, so she wouldn't sleep that long. I mean, and he don't work from home.
Right.
Then he's talking about a boat that they want for him to drive. But he said no, even though his job is on the line. There's a lot of red flags and questions.
It doesn't make sense, because you said no, but you said you went to work. You said you went to work to just drop off some keys. That doesn't mean it was just so many. Listen, people from Australia, do not get offended by us. We're just trying to understand, because in America, when you say you're going to do something, our mindset is, okay, you're going to do it, not you're just going to go drop something off, because you should have just led with that. Led with, oh, I'm going to my job to go drop something off. I'll be right back, 15 minutes tops. Boom. Fixed. Oh, and then I'm going to run text. Yeah, and I'm going to run some errands. I need to go to Walmart. I need to go here, and this. Boom. Fixed. But the fact is, you kept adding and adding and adding, and it's like, this is why she's suspicious. So I get Elise. I do, because I'm like, yeah, I will be suspicious of you too. You now, wait a minute, you going too many more places.
Charles, there's more with him too. That's like, that came out from their talk. Their talk was actually really good. She did get a lot of the answers she wanted. One of them that came from the concern of stability was his son, which Shani is commenting as well. We're going to highlight that comment in a moment. Basically, we learned that Joshua has a son. It looks like he had a good co-parenting relationship. I know that they are big on family and stuff in that country specifically. So the son and the mother of the child moved away. He said they are about an 1.5 to 2 hour plane ride away, which tells me they're probably like a 10-hour drive, like driving maybe from the Bay to LA or something, or from the Bay to San Diego. It's harder for him to see his kids, obviously, because of this. He kind of credited the spiraling in his life and the lack of stability to his kid going away. But I'm kind of like, I don't buy it, because I have friends, male friends, that are fathers, and they have baby mamas that done moved across the country and things like that. They grind harder when that happens so that they can afford to get on the planes and do the back and forth to see their kids or to have their kid flown out to them. So I don't feel like an hour and a half to 2 hour plane ride is enough of an excuse for Joshua to make it seem like he can't see his son. Shani said it too. She said, I have a problem in the fact that he can't go see his son. That is an hour and a half away. That's 90 minutes by plane. And if I had a kid that lived in San Diego, which is an hour away, or a kid that lived in Arizona, which is an hour and a half flight away from where I'm at, it's $99 one way. Fly with a carry-on. Go see your kid. Hop in the car. Drive. That's not an excuse. I think that's a red flag that Elise is not paying attention to. Shani also said in that he's not good at his job if he's crashing boats into rocks. I feel like he'd be partying with people on the job to try and help. And he probably
either that or he a playboy and like to show off in front of them women and shit and be doing it. Because he also gives, for some reason, he just give me fuckboy. I don't know why. I'm trying not to read that on him, but he does give me fuckboy. Like he really does. And I'm just thinking, you crashing boats, what is you really doing?
That's a weird thing to do. That's a weird thing to crash. Also, my dad actually owns and lives on a boat. I don't understand how you crash that. I don't. Like, laws, rules, you got to slow up when you get to certain places. He had to have not been sober. He just had to have not been sober. I feel like he's heavily irresponsible. Shani said if his favorite football team or band was playing in a concert that's 2 hours away, he would get his ass there with his friends. That's a good point, because Elise couldn't even adjust to the time change or the fact that she was in another country before she had to be taken to a damn Melbourne Cup. I said, not y'all dressing up in a suit to watch some sports. Some people travel longer than that both ways to get to and from work. That is
shout out to Dr. Eugene Harris.
But he gets home to his kids. So that's actually a good example.
Yeah.
He get home to his kids. Hi, Rose City. Happy Monday to you. I hope you're having a good day. Rose said he has a whole lot of red flags. It gets worse. At first, I was like, I kind of had hope for them because I was like, oh, he seems cool. But now I'm seeing like, no, I just don't think Josh ain't really nothing. But we learn more about Elise also. She does too much too. She's kind of putting a bunch on Josh to be stable. And it's like, you chose to date someone who wasn't stable, then you need to choose to be patient. You cannot rush them into stability. You do not achieve stability through skipping steps and rushing. That's just my opinion, but
no, that's a solid point. Because how are you stable, Elise? What do you do for a living exactly? Because all we heard from you is a man brought you $500,000 in debt, and then your parents wrote a check and it went away. Allegedly,
it's giving her parents help her.
Right, it's giving you living off trust fund, because what we seeing is you out there half naked in Miami streets, over there drinking with your girlfriends and shit. What do you do for a living? I'm curious.
That's real. That's real. That's definitely real. That is real. Shani said, I'm a single mother whose son's father has heard all the bullshit reasons why he can't get on the New York City Transit and get out to Manhattan. Get the fuck out of here. But that bitch ass, oh Lord, Shani, I love it. She said, not with it. And New York has great transportation. I mean, you might see some things.
Yeah.
You might see some things, just like you might see some things riding BART, Muni, or AC Transit in the Bay, but they gonna get you there. There's something coming every 10 minutes, every 5, depending on your location. So there's no excuse. Rose says, yeah, what does she do but spend her dad's money? She is agreeing with James, as she should, because that is something really good that James pointed out.
Well, because I don't like when people do that. I don't like when somebody, yes, Josh got a whole bunch of fuck shit with him. I'm not trying to dispute that. But what I am disputing is the point that you made. She needs to be patient, but then at the same time, what does your resume and repertoire look like on your side of the fence? Because is it all squeaky clean? Are you debt free?
That's
We
where
see how you living. All them Louis Vuittons that's hanging up on the wall. Like, what are we doing here? Because all them purses cost $3 to $5,000. So where your income coming from? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, that's a fair question. That's definitely a fair question. I also don't think it's fair to put the trauma that somebody caused you in a relationship onto the new person. Now, I understand learning from it and using it to kind of identify things that may have been ignored before, but even though he ain't stable and he do have a lot of red flags, he didn't take 500,000 of your money. And like he said, have I asked you for a single dollar? So he has been out here paying for dates, paying for activities, paying for food. She don't have to pay for a place to stay. So, I mean, he ain't shit, but he does show you he'll find a way to come up on some money if you need him to. Hell, you might want to stay in Australia. You might get free rent, but I'm gonna digress there. But Elise tells us about her background when she says when she was 19 years old, she met the love of her life. She says that this is how she got to Florida because, as we see, her parents live in Massachusetts. But the way she ended up in Florida was through this boy because he lived in Florida. She moved down to Miami to be with him. I feel like a lot of people, including James, that I know, moved to South Florida specifically for love. And then people either end up stuck down there or if they leave, they want to go back. Everybody I see or know. So obviously, South Florida got something. The Midas touch. Something.
Well, here's the thing. Because I can relate to Elise in this. I really can. It really is the life of freedom that you do have when you get it right. I think the problem with me and my then boyfriend was that we just didn't give we didn't give ourselves enough space to really know each other. Because the love was there, the fun was there, but the habits, our everyday habits, conflicted a lot. And I
That's
think that that's
literally what's happening with Elise and Joshua. Like
yes,
you
and that's why I
could
said
clearly
that.
care about each other a lot, but the everyday stuff is going to be a problem. Like getting up and running errands. If I wake up and my husband's not here, before I assume that something bad is happening or it's the
Mhm.
end of us, I just text him, "Good morning, where you at?" Like Elise took it to a whole nother step, had this whole deep conversation, which is crazy. Welcome in Kiwan. Let's welcome in our moderator Kiwan, as well as we trying to get her to 800 subscribers. She is 7 subscribers away from 800. I'm about to tell Mr. Best to subscribe. We about to get these things done. We
Yes,
also just put
subscribe.
out a Beauty in Black video. She joined me because I was scared. I was scared as hell to cover scripted TV. Like I was genuinely scared. I don't think she understood it. I was like, James be trying to tell y'all I'm shy outside of this, but people
Mhm.
don't believe us. But support her. She said the hat is back. It's cute. It's
Yeah, I told y'all
cute.
I have to start. I'm back at work and I have to wear a hairnet. So this trains me to have something on my head. So y'all gonna have to deal with this for a few weeks because I know it's gonna take me a while to get used to wearing a hairnet again. I know it is.
All you need is a fresh pair of J's and you'll look like you cheat on somebody. And that's a compliment. Go you. Look at God. That's all you need. And you know where you from in the Bay Area. That's all the girls want. He got a nice hat, some Jordans. That's
Yeah,
all they be wanting.
yeah. I don't know why she's like this, y'all. I don't know. But she ain't going nowhere. That's all I'm saying. But I don't know why she's like this.
I'm a Gemini. It's one of my cajillion 1700, 249, and 1/5 of a personality. That's all. That's all. Just say it. It sounded like she was pissed off at the ex boyfriend who died and left her in Florida. Honestly, she probably does have some resentment because she said that the boyfriend kept his illness a secret. That's crazy to me. And I have more questions because it makes me wonder, Shani, was she just like, because Elise does give a little bit of shallow. And I was like, was she too shallow to notice or too young because she was 19 to notice the man was sick? Because I'm like, if he had an illness that took him out and sent him to the upper room, like, how did she not see that coming? Do you know what I mean?
You see, this is the thing. I needed her to expand on what that illness was. I did need her to expand because y'all have to understand. I lived in Miami for almost 2 years, and what she's describing, that's not something that you would have just been surprised with. Men aren't that secret. They're usually signs if you're with somebody of something of illness. You'll see them cough something that don't sound right, shortness of breath, just things that will just happen where you're like, wait, you okay? We need to go to the emergency room because I'm ain't
Or
right.
them not working. Because I'm
That
pretty
too.
like I feel that we definitely just need more. Because Elise be saying stuff, and I feel like Elise is one of those people who doesn't do anything like in a relationship that would be viewed as like a betrayal or toxic. But I do feel like she is not going to tell what's really going on and definitely doesn't pay attention to things. But I guess we'll never know. Keep on. She said, period. You're very welcome. She said, the way I'm cussing at these Married to Medicine heifers. Married to Medicine, you guys, we covered that on James's channel, the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. We will be going live right after this live on his channel. The link is in the description of this video to his channel, as well as Kiwan's and several other Black creators. So please tap in, but we will be headed right into Married to Medicine after this. And I can't believe it's a 2-part reunion because I feel like they're going to give Beverly Hills 3 and they don't need it. And that's going to make me real mad, James, if they do that. She says, see, I missed the comment. She said that I was working and watching this. It happens. I'm always working watching this. I'd be having to rewind everything a cajillion times unless he just passed out from an aneurysm. Not Shanny having the...
But even then, like, still, that to me is very specific of a cause of death. So that's why I'm saying, like, she really skated around what that was, and the fact that she was so traumatized behind this at such a young age, because mind you, this happened when she was 19 years old. So to me, and she's 32, so that is a lot of time. It had to be something very traumatic that she either witnessed or she found him in that state. Because there's no, like, I'm just thinking, like, logically, y'all, it just didn't make sense if he just had an illness. And because, there's a preparation period, like, and then this is also somebody she only known what, did she even say a year? I don't even think she said a year. I saw, it's like, yeah, something's just not right with her story, and it's her story.
But she seems to rush into things. I think she rushes into things, and instead of acknowledging that she's moving too fast, it seems like she just gets upset at the situation, if that makes sense.
But then that goes to show that she really don't value herself either, and that could be the really big problem here, is that she's putting all her worth and her value into the man that she wants to be with versus putting that value in herself, because she got a lot of self-esteem.
Because her and him is obviously, they need to stop whatever they're doing, because they both so stressed out. She 32, he 39, but she looked 39 and he looked 45. And I need them to not be so stressed. I need Elise and this man to not be so stressed. But that is not going to happen. Things just don't go well with these two because of that meeting. Josh hates jealousy and feels like Elise is projecting onto him stuff from the past, which I understand why you feel that way. But again, not to beat the same point over and over, if you didn't lie, this wouldn't even be a problem. You don't lie about stuff that you don't need to lie about, especially when you're in a long distance relationship. Facts and truth are very important even early on. So I feel like Josh needs to be accountable, but he was talking like he could potentially want to break up with her. And Elise does what nobody should do, but it worked out in her situation, and that is run to her parents complaining about a relationship that she is not married to someone in. And even then, you shouldn't do it, because when you involve your parents and your family, they just gonna side with you, and they may not like the person. But her parents were super fair, super ethical. They pretty much told Elise, like, you can't put all of this stuff on this man. Give it a shot. You're making it too serious too soon. They told her the best advice that I think all people who are arguing early on, like, if you're having this many problems under 2 years, Like, do what Elisa's parents say, which is slow down, discover more, listen more, and judge less. I said, that's why them people are still married.
And
That's
remember, and I think that that's the problem too. Is because her parents' backstory is that they met on a blind date
mm-hmm.
and married quickly. So I think that she has that mindset that
She
if her
wants to
parents
repeat
could
the
do it, then
cycle.
I could repeat the same cycle. And I think that that's also the problem too. I love her parents, but her parents also gave me, as well as they were giving her that amazing advice, that they are absolutely tired of her.
Yep.
And they tired of her going through this shit.
Yep.
So that's
Especially
exactly
the
what they.
dad, the way they were like,
Yes,
just relax.
right.
Because they said they probably tired. I feel like she has been financially taken advantage of more than once, but I don't feel like she wants to say that because that energy that the parents gave Elise was like James is saying, they really did seem over her. But they gave good advice. But we'll see what happens with these two. I don't see it working based on the previews that we're going to get for the next episode. I just don't see it working. Do you see them working thus far,
Hell no.
Daniel?
Hell no, I don't. I don't see them working, period. Honestly, I don't think that she should search for love in like I told you, she don't need like foreign or Miami style men. She needs to go up north. She needs to go to either Detroit, Chicago, someplace where she can get a man that's more upfront and stern,
Mm-hmm.
because she loves directness. That's what I'm noticing about Elise. She loves her for her men to be direct.
She's not going to find the man that she wants, though, being a 32-year-old woman dressing like a 22-year-old baddie running around Miami. Like, I'm not trying to
Yeah,
be
that's true.
shady, but you are what you attract, and she got to be careful because you get also what you put out. And she's putting out that she's just shallow and wants to live that beach Miami life. She got to change up what she's giving out, and maybe she'll get different results. Because look what she attracted, a guy across the world who, even though he's not in Miami, is familiar with the club scene, loves to go out and party, and is playing on boats and crashing them in the rocks. She's attracted a Miami fuckboy in Australia, an Aussie. Like, and I'm looking at Elise like, girl. Before we move into the next couple, which, child, the next couple is Lisa and Daniel. Before we get into the funniness that is that, let me catch these comments. Shani said, unless he just passed out from an aneurysm. Shani said, the preview next week of her screaming him out in the restaurant to strangers. Oh, he need the breakout. I feel like he's going to dump her. You screamed in front of a bunch of people in his home country in a bar that he probably has frequented before, that he is being financially supported by a whole nother woman while trying to date you.
Not to mention a woman was there. So it's kind of like Elise.
His face, he looked so embarrassed. I'm excited for next week.
Me too.
I'm excited for next week for Elise and Joshua, because why would you get up and scream that out? Because, girl, you look stupid too, being willing to talk to somebody who was broke. Continuing on, as soon as he told me he was living with her and lied, I would have got a hotel room. You're not about to play with me. I would have got a hotel room, called a friend, flew them out, and we would have had a trip. Like, I wouldn't have dealt with that. But we will see, y'all. Let's get into Lisa and Daniel in that wig. The stars of the show. Now, they
Yeah.
wasn't even really in this episode like that. And I see you, TLC. They are spreading them out because they know that they are just good for the show.
Yep.
Now, they're going to see the uncle. Lisa's nervous. She's like, Daniel, how are you today? I don't want to talk to you until we get to my uncle. And I'm just and they're going to see the uncle. They get to the uncle, and they have to tell the uncle that Lisa like eating coochie. Meow. And the uncle sits down and he's like, well, what is wrong? Why am I here? I've already given my blessing. I said, Daniel, you're not going to keep coming at us with these Nigerian actors. Daniel is, I can't even get mad at him for scamming us because he's getting scammed right back. He's getting his get back because I really believe he thought this would be his ticket into America or his ticket into fame. And it has done neither. But Daniel starts to explain for Lisa. And the uncle says, why are you speaking for her? And I said, oh, this uncle is about to go in, because I feel like he already knew she was on bullshit. But when Daniel come in and is trying to speak for him, he's like, this is not okay. So Lisa tells the uncle, you know, what's going on. And she tells him she was not honest about being married before. She says she was actually married 5 times before. She's still married. And she let the uncle know that lesbianism is not a part of her past. She is still married to a woman and has been eating coochie for 21 years. She's a professional. And the uncle looked at her and was like, you are evil. You tell me lies from your head to your toe. You are an abomination. Now you tell me you are with the lesbianism. You're an abomination. He was mad as hell. An African lady did actually tell me that, because before my husband was my husband, I would go and spend the night with him, and people were like, oh, they're having sex. She's like, you're an abomination, Amina. It's cool. I'm going to still sit on it. But why did he look her in the face and call her an abomination? The next thing you know, Lisa breaks down. And Lisa broke down worse than Mary J. Blige in the song I'm Going Down. Lisa broke all the way down. She had what some would view as a mental health episode, but I would view as a clear lady who's used to her tears and privilege getting her far. The way she started crying, but oh God, I love you. I can't. And Daniel just, okay, Lisa.
He's like, look, don't die now, shit.
Don't die, please, bitch. And the uncle got mad again and looked at Lisa. This lady was hyperventilated, snot running into her mouth, tears coming down her cheek into the snot. She's, I'm so sorry. I'll do anything. And he looked at her and he said, why are you crying? I'm trying. Oh, the tears. He looked at her and said, you're making me upset. And you're the one that has committed the offense. And you are in tears? Stop it. I said, oh, God. Oh dear God. Okay, I'm getting it together. That man was so upset at her tears. And Daniel didn't know what to do. Daniel said, Uncle, you have to understand. This is the woman that I love. And I want to marry her. This is the woman that I am in love with. I cannot help it. I said, oh, Lord.
I said, okay, translation. Look, I ain't got time to be on the internet looking for some old crazy ass, dumbass lady to marry my black ass. Approve this shit so I can get, because that's exactly
he's trying to get the marriage approved.
For real.
And while he's trying to talk to his uncle, next thing you know, I heard, no. And Lisa gets down on her knees onto the ground again. And every time she get on her knees, I've been mad about this since before the lies and stuff came out, because you could Lisa's 63 years old. She can't just be getting up and down the way it used to. I'm 33 years old and my knees don't work the way they used to. I got to be careful and be selective when I twerk or not, because I could tear the other meniscus. It's a true fact. So I know at 63 her knees, and Lisa looked like she's a strongly rough 63. I feel like she has to stop getting on her knees. And the uncle looked at her because she's begging him for forgiveness. And he said, get up. I am not God. I said, you know what? Comes down to it. And Daniel begged his uncle. He said, please help us. Because, you know, that his green card is slipping away faster than he can blink. Okay? It's slipping away. It's already enough. He got to deal with the orange man and hope that he let him in. His one shot is gone because the ancestors that's been watching him and put him and allowed him to be with this woman. Apparently, they not gonna be okay with this. So the uncle tells him that is not his choice. He said, "I'm not chief priest." He was sick of that shit. He said, "I ain't chief priest, but I'll pass the message along." And so
I said, wait a minute. Back the fuck up a minute for a second. You mean to tell me that I'm going through all this rigmarole, crying and snot coming out my head, and all this bullshit for you to sit up here and tell me that
no,
that decision
and
ain't
you
up to
can't even
you?
make the decision. This
Wait
lady
a
got
minute.
down on her knees
Please,
and
y'all.
about choked on her own snot.
For him to sit up there and say that decision ain't up to me. Wait, what? Daniel, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we doing this then?
I don't know why I covered this show. At the time, I was really low on content. It was Christmas. It was Christmas, and it was Kwanzaa, and it was Hanukkah. And I didn't have no shows. So I said, I'm
Right.
going to recap 90 Day Fiancé. I'll be watching it all the seasons. I've never seen nothing this ignorant. Now, the healthy laugh that I had was needed. However, comma, that's all we got from them this episode. How many goddamn elders and priests
For
and
real.
forms of God? How many people have to approve this union? Is that Daniel? This is why you're alone at 39 years old and had to
I
go
get
find
it
the white
now.
lady that you got. I get it. Because look at, I wouldn't want to go through all these steps to get married, and I'm African. There's no way. In Kenya, you just get married, you jump over the broom, and that's it. This is a
And I
lot.
would think, as much as y'all do this shit in Nigeria, that the operative of marriage when it comes to somebody getting in America would be skewed because your ass is trying to get out of where you at to go somewhere else. But the fact of the matter is that he ain't even the judge and the jury for the approval of the marriage is what got
He's
me. I
not
was like,
even
wait a
on the
minute.
committee.
It ain't even on the committee. So what the fuck are we doing, Daniel? I'm mad at Daniel because Daniel, you ain't shit for putting this lady through all this manipulation that you doing.
Daniel, as James said, there are so many. Fuck Arizona for a second, because we get a Phoenix a lot. We gonna give Phoenix a break. You know how many dumb bitches in Oakland you could have? You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to do this,
I
Daniel. But
mean,
we gonna go through the comments, and we are sorry. The way that James and me laugh at this show is honestly healthy for our friendship.
it really is.
Because it's a reminder too for our lives, because we both kind of beat ourselves up about where we're at in life, that it could be worse.
It sure can.
It could be
It sure
worse.
can.
I
And I
mean,
hope I just listen. If I have to be in my 60s going out to Nigeria to go get me a man, I will hope that y'all traditions have came down a peg or two, and I ain't got to go and meet with the grand jury and the priest and all the other shit to get married.
Daniel is trying us. Daniel, this is how you know he is a true Nigerian, because Daniel is acting like America don't have Nigerians that's come here from Nigeria. You know how many Igbo people are in America?
Oh yeah, a lot.
It's one of the biggest countries in the world. There are millions of people in Nigeria. Like they cannot play with us. But Shetty said he called her an abomination, yo. An abomination to her face. What is little Kufio? I got you.
It was funny to me. Like I would have been so insulted sitting there because to me, I process everything you tell me. So the moment that uncle would have told me, well, that decision's not up to me, I would have said, now hold the tears would have dried up so quick and be like, hold the fuck up, Daniel. You just told me that your uncle got to approve this shit for us to get married. Now your uncle coming here talking about he ain't got to prove a goddamn. See, I probably would have got beheaded. Knowing my ass, they probably would have murdered my ass and buried me somewhere. I would never be
No,
found on this
Daniel is
earth
playing
again.
Lisa,
He
because
is.
even
He's
a
playing Lisa.
Nigerian woman would have cussed his ass out.
Right.
Daniel really tried it. Shetty said he need and want that green card. That's why he going so hard to the uncle. Daniel, where's your daddy? Because the uncle is relaying the message to the dad, and I keep forgetting that. He said, yes, you say no more lies, but then tomorrow it will be more lies. I was hollering when he told that to her. He said, well, you say that now, but what will it be the next day? I said, you know what? Don't lie to nobody, y'all. Once again, that class they all take. little white women tears. They don't work when you got scabs on your hairline and wearing a wig that's holding on for dear life.
They don't work when you go to the motherland because don't
No.
nobody give a fuck about them tears. Obviously, as you saw Uncle's face the entire time he was looking at you. He said, I know you a goddamn lie, you know them damn tears. What the fuck you crying for?
Between the uncle and Forest Mom Molly, okay, they are the MVPs because that is how I respond when people start to cry on some bullshit. I'm quiet, I try to be nice, but I would have been with the uncle too. Oh, why are you crying?
Why are you
When
crying?
you're the one that told these
Okay,
lies.
oh, for real. You the one that wasn't
Why are
honest
you
and
upset?
like, what the hell? Like, because y'all, don't get me wrong. Lisa is wrong. She 100% is. She should have been honest from day one. But at the same time, we know what it is with Daniel. So they both doing the same shit. So it cancels each other out. That's what you get there. You should have got someone that was younger, cuter, and definitely more your speed to take care of you. Because they're out there, trust me.
Not somebody on the way to their retirement check, Daniel.
And probably won't have one because she looked like she worked at the gas station and the taco hut before she got to you. So hell.
Oh dear God. Shetty said I'm down with the uncle. The uncle says she doing all this to be dramatic. I don't believe her tears, and I don't believe her either. Unc and Molly need to just do a scene together because when Sheena was crying and Molly said, "There you go again."
I don't believe Sheena's tears. I definitely believe Lisa's. For some reason I believe Lisa's because Lisa the time she like when I tell you,
don't want her family to talk about her no more.
Exactly. Lisa got a lot on the line. Sheena just bullshitting. But Lisa, on the other hand, Lisa got so much to prove to people. She can't wait to get this fine. Well, he need to do, as I said, Daniel need to do something with that beard. I'm about tired of looking at it. I need him to shave it off.
Daniel has the driest beard and the most. He got to figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out.
The uncle told her, "I am not God. Get up the way."
And that's another thing. Why do y'all worship this uncle like he is God? That's why she did that shit. That's Daniel.
Daniel told her when they first met the uncle, "Get on your knees and bow." And when she forgot to do it and was like, "Hello," and shook his hand respectfully, the uncle looked at her like, "Why is she shaking my hand? Get down on your knees and greet me, bitch."
Right.
And I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's what I always tell my family. I have no regret marrying an American man. I have zero regret because he don't make me bow when I say hello and goodbye. Okay. I cannot imagine. Oh Lord, Kiwa said the way y'all were laughing, tears. My glasses fogged up, tears came out. I cannot. I just cannot. Kiwa, you have to watch this show. You do.
You have to. I don't know how you're not, because I'm telling you, we got Shani hooked on it. So yes.
I cannot. She said it's like they go through Nikki Guards in order to see Bumpy Johnson. I cannot. And then plus next week, it looked like they want to splatter her with goat blood in order to purify her.
Now see.
If they do that, I'm cussing out TLC.
I am too, because y'all know y'all doing too fucking much. Okay, no, it ain't even funny no more.
Don't put no fucking goat blood on.
Yeah, don't put no goat blood. Like I don't give a, yeah, I don't care what I did. You're not putting that shit on me. Sorry.
Not Kyle Richards past it. Kyle is losing that class now.
She sure is.
Daniel's not all the way unattractive. Daniel needs a haircut, some beard oil. Hair oil,
honestly, as I tell y'all, no, Daniel just needs to get rid of he can't grow one. So get rid of the shit. And it looks
like it wants to grow, but can't because it's dry as hell.
Yeah, that's why I said he needs to shave it off, and keep shaving, get clean face for maybe about a year, and then grow you one. I had a friend who had to do that.
Just start over.
I don't, I prefer, I don't do beards. I'm not a beard kind of a guy. If you gonna have a goatee, that's fine with me. I cannot do beards. So for me, it's kind of one of those where I wish he wouldn't have them. Plus he has dimples too. So that's another thing. I want to see them. So yes, don't have no beard.
Daniel, figure it out. But that is true because my husband, he always has a beard and he will every so often, like once a year, he shaves all of it off and I don't know, but his beard's always full and moisturized, so thank God. I do know this. Lisa and Daniel don't need to have no kids, not with the 2 noses that they got, that poor baby. They can't. She's
They can't.
past
She's
menopause.
past menopause. She can't have no damn kids.
She's done. She's definitely
Yeah.
done.
I don't know what he was thinking, because if he's trying to pass on his generation, that's not going to happen. I mean, it could. He'd just be an old
Shanny,
ass parent.
go back and watch the episode that she pooped on him. It was her telling him she pooped on him, then her getting pissed drunk off the wine and telling him that she's married still and forgetting to tell him that that she's a lesbian. I said, oh Lord, Lisa's too much, y'all.
And it
Lisa
was
is
her
too
taking off
much.
that wig. I was just done with them too after that.
Great season, y'all. Shout out to our replay gang. You guys do matter. I appreciate everybody who is watching us when we are no longer live. Keep the conversation going in the comments. We do respond to comments even when we're not live, and we do respond to all comments unless you just ignorant. But we do appreciate you. We do appreciate you. We are going to get into Laura and Beer Khan. Before we do, let's get this comment from Shani. She says, yes, he needs to keep that beer clean. Also, don't want to be kissing the chick and you give her a bump because your joint is dirty. That's you so New York, Shani. But yes, that is correct. That is correct. That is correct. What you cook me? All you gotta do is freeze it and overnight it. Lord help us. So Laura Bican, Michael appears. He's there. It's awkward. Michael, I want you to let go of your hair the way that Daniel needs to let go of his beard. You have no hair in the center of your head. Let it go. But Beer Khan's annoyed with Michael and acting like a child. Michael, for some reason, came with a gift for Laura, but not Beer Khan. If you knew you were coming to meet her dude, then maybe you should have brought a gift for each of them. But I don't blame him. If I came across the world for my friend, I'm not bringing their spouse shit either. That's your man, not mine. But Beer Khan, when he sees the gift, he's like, I'm here too. And he reminds Laura that he's the boyfriend. Speaking of Beer Khan, y'all, he just turned off his social media because he didn't like that social media compared him to, what was his name? Sid in the show Doug on Nickelodeon. And he looked just like him. And he says, yes. I win. I disengage. I delete social media. I said, are you related to Meredith Marks by chance, Beer Khan? Talk about you win, you disengage. Okay. But Beer Khan is suspect of Michael. And even though Beer Khan's kind of shady, he has a right to feel a way about Michael. He definitely does have a right to feel a way about Michael, but not because of Michael, because of Laura. Laura likes to act all sweet, like she's the innocent school teacher who's responsible. But she stayed in Turkey after learning that this man has a gambling problem. Even after weighing the pros and cons and knowing that she has to sponsor him, she continues to talk to Michael and let Beer Khan know that she talks to Michael, even though it upsets him. And she has not told Beer Khan the full truth about her relationship with Michael. And the fact that she was hoping that Michael would say that he wanted her before she went to Turkey, and she would have said F Beer Khan as a whole. But it looks like Beer Khan is able to suspect this. And he said to us, because at first he was acting rude and weird, and he was like, I play game. I have to be this way. And I was like, okay.
It's like, no, you don't. Just be straightforward and honest. Stop being passive aggressive.
Right.
Just say what you want to say, because the shit is weird. We all agree with, listen, I went from being on Laura's side to being on Beer Khan's side. Yep. I understand exactly how Beer Khan feels. I know exactly how he sees the situation, because we all see it the same way. Laura is playing
with both of them.
With both of them, just in different avenues. She's using Beer Khan to make Michael jealous, to think that will get him to want me if he sees me with another man. And she's using Michael for Beer Khan to say, this man treats me right. He's my friend. He talks to me. He conversates. He treats me right. It's all a manipulation game.
The problem is only one of them cares. And I think that Michael would consider Laura, but I think that the games that she plays turns them off. I'm starting to look at them way differently from how we looked at them in the beginning. But Michael and Beer Khan, Beer Khan apologizes to Michael for being rude and wants to be kind to him. They talk, and Beer Khan is very honest with Michael and explains, like, yes, I gamble, but he explains he has a system and things. It's good that he has a system, but it's still scary that he's a gambler. But I mean, so is a professional poker player. So at this point, if he's not illegally gambling and his debt is not from gambling, all they could do is stop asking him about it. And if his money is so good, I'd flip the tables on him if I was Laura and Michael and be like, then why don't you pay for your own visa to come out to the US? Like something. But Michael says that he doesn't think it's going to work. He doesn't see it working with Laura and BeerCon after the stuff that's explained. And I agreed with him. I know some people might feel like he said that because he wants Laura, but I think he was actually giving his opinion because, like he told BeerCon later on in the episode, if he wanted to be with Laura, she wouldn't be in Turkey, which, by the way, Michael, you ate with that line. You definitely ate them up with that line. He said, if I wanted your bitch, she wouldn't be here. And BeerCon, if you understood English appropriately, you would have caught the American shade that Michael threw your way very fast and rapid. But they do eventually go out, just BeerCon and Michael together. And BeerCon does this on purpose because he realizes he wants to get information out, because when he was around Laura and Michael and he asks, well, how is it that you guys are friends and have never had feelings for each other? And neither of them could answer the question. But Michael was like, I don't know, we just don't. Which is the response you would get from someone who's not developed feelings for their friend. In my opinion, it's like you just say that they never. That's how me and James describe it. It just ain't happened. We just friends. That's how most people will.
It's just something that wouldn't happen. It's something that I can listen. Even before I went to men, when it comes to me being with women, I know how to be a friend to someone who is only a friend and only have that intention. And when it comes to somebody I want to be with, that is my intention. It's all about having self-control and also knowing yourself as well. Having self-awareness. People don't have self-awareness, which is why a lot of people say men and women can't be friends. No, they can if they have clear intentions and if they are self-aware. Yeah, they absolutely can.
People just blur the lines and let, what they feel take over.
Exactly.
But BeerCon does learn from Michael because he's like, well, I don't trust the friendship and it seems like you want Laura and we're hitting on her. And Michael was like, excuse me? He said, oh no, is that what you thought? He said, Laura made a move at me. And he got at him again. He said a very clear move that is easy to distinguish and understand toward me. And he said I was not ready and not interested in being more than friends with her. And trust me, if I wanted her, she wouldn't be here. I said, ooh, Lord. Not only did you tell him, no, your bitch want me, and I could have her if I wanted her, but I don't. I said, okay, Michael. All right, Michael. I'm not mad at you, Michael. I'm not mad at you, but I'm also not mad at BeerCon because he was right. And he even said to Michael, because he got a little quiet, he was like, I believe you, Michael. And BeerCon has the thought process of, if Laura told me this lie, there's other lies that she has told me. There's more that I don't know. I'm on your side now, BeerCon. I'm mad you cancel your social media because they say you look like Sid from Doug, but you do. But you don't deserve this treatment because she is playing a game with you. She's playing a game, but at the same time, if you want to be with an American woman, you have to present with stability and good income. You can't just run from your debts. You got to pay. You just do. That's how I feel. But how do you feel about Laura and BeerCon this episode?
Honestly, it makes me want to know what happened between her and Michael as to why those lines never did cross. And what exactly did she do that turned you off, Michael? I really want to know what it is. Was there another man involved? And she played this game before, because he did blur the lines on what it was. And he did blur the lines on why he said no.
He did. That's the part that Michael is not explaining. And that was also, if you go back to the beginning of the show, that was Laura's frustration with him because she would ask him stuff and he wouldn't really explain it. I'm curious about it, but I think we'll find out more probably at the tell-all. I don't think we're going to get it this season from them.
Probably not, but yeah.
I feel Laura and Michael both have something in common. They're very good at keeping certain things from us.
Yes.
Shani said, but he could have had a postcard from the United States. Could have got him some Rolos from the 7-Eleven. That was rude to come into the spot empty-handed. I agree. Don't give my girlfriend, who you already know from the girlfriend that has a problem with you, Michael, then you show up with just a gift for her. I feel like Michael has been throwing shade. And it's like, if you want Laura, you need to express that. And if you can't express that, then you need to tell us why and give us a show, because it can't just be Lisa and Daniel, damn it. Shani said she wasn't mad at BeerCon. I was not either. I'm sorry, James. I'm almost done.
No, you're good. Take your time.
I was on BeerCon's side from the first episode I watched. Shani, you're one of those people who spotted Laura. I was seeing online when the show was new, there was like a small group of people that were like, she's problematic. You have very good discernment if that's the case.
I think
Very
it was
good.
because of what his issues were. I think that we were looking at that as problematic versus looking at her ways. And I think people that were spotting her ways, that's why people were so adamant that she was the problem. But because he had such bigger issues that if we were dating BeerCon, us, having sound mind and spirit and together finances and stuff and trying to get with another person, that would blur us off. But Laura has ulterior motives. And I think the motive was to make Michael jealous. And I feel
it's
that
not working.
And it's not working.
It's pushing him away.
Yeah,
I think. Shani said that was a pimp line for Michael. Show was. He just got to shave his head and he'd be all right. She said, come on now, sing with me, y'all. You got to have a job if you want to be with me. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. I love it. And the fact that she was smiling in Michael's face when he was giving her the gifts. Yeah, and the long hug.
It was the long hug when he came in, and then she looked back at BeerCon, and then it was kind of like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing.
And when they sat on that couch, it was just staring at Michael with a weird smile and tea. Looking at, I said, oh, Lord. And those gifts had a hidden meaning. He gave her packing cubes in a book like Kia. Pack your shit, get on the plane. Here's a book for you to read. Laura's playing a dangerous game. I had a best friend that liked me that I wasn't aware of, and my husband clocked it so quick. And when I tell you, once he clocked that, every time we kicked it, he was there. Did not know. Had no clue. Y'all, but we are going to get into who is next, which is Emma. We ain't going to be discussing this heifer and her wig for long. Pull your wig back, bitch. I'm tired of your excuses. I really am. Pull your wig back, please. And thank you in advance, because Emma's a beautiful girl. She just got to pull her wig back and do some less makeup. That's all. Emma,
tone it down just a couple.
Tone it down. Let your natural
please.
beauty.
Yes.
Man.
Like if, I'm telling you, I feel like I could take a spoon and get a spoonful, and she still have so much on.
If she hugged me and I'm wearing anything that could stain easily, my shirt is ruined. Foundation. What Tahiri say in Love and Hip Hop years ago? No, Joe, is foundation all on the pillow? That's me hugging Emma. It's foundation all on the pillow. Like, what we doing? She want to go see Mohammed, her ex that she was engaged to for years, that she says. That she was in Morocco with just a year before. That Ziad has dumped her and left her in the desert for bullshitting and playing with him. I'm not mad at Ziad for leaving her in the desert. If you do somebody dirty like that and waste their time and put him at risk of getting arrested in his culture for doing the things she was doing and behaving how she was behaving, I would have left her ass in the desert too. You cannot play with people's hearts and then get mad at them for having a response when you finally come clean. You don't get the right to judge someone's response to your lies, Emma. You don't get that right, baby girl. You just don't. Grow up. You almost 30, bitch. Figure it out. But this how you know she wasn't serious about Ziad and she was right to leave his ass in the desert. Emma came all the way to Morocco with the engagement ring that her ex gave her. So that lets us know that the whole time she intended to try and see Mohammed, even though she was with Ziad. Now, we see her on the way to go and meet with Mohammed, which is why she's flaunting around this stupid ass ring. And she gets to the restaurant, orders a cappuccino that looked hella good. I want to go to Morocco just for the coffee, the tea, and the meals, the riads. It's I just want to go to eat. I'm not gonna lie. But Mohammed doesn't show up. She calls and she texts. He doesn't respond. And after she calls and texts so long, she gets a response saying, "Stop hitting me up. I have a fiance." Which lets me know the fiance had his phone and found out about her. That's what you get, Emma. That's what you get. That's what you get. You tried to go from one dick to the next. And that's the honest to God truth, what she tried to do. And while nothing is wrong with dating, you were trying to marry this man. and you just went to the next. Things with Muhammad didn't work out. Before you could even break up, you were in Ziad's DM. So she just needs to learn how to take a break and be by herself, if we being honest. I don't know why she's still allowed to be on the show. I think Emma is shallow, and I don't think she will find love until she stops being shallow and stops worried about getting a ring and worry about getting a soulmate, a partner, a best friend, like a companion. She's more so concerned with just the optics of marriage. Did you have anything? How did you feel about Emma?
That's what the fuck you get, Emma. That's what the fuck you get, Emma. That's how I feel.
I want to record him saying that.
You can. You're going to have it on recording when
Oh
this goes
Lord,
live.
just make him into a meme
Yeah,
or
just
something.
make
That's
it
what the
weird.
fuck you get, Emma. I love it. Because that is what I mean, what else can we say?
Yes. That's all
She
we can
played,
say. Like, but
and
she
she
played
touched the
herself.
stove
What
when
the
it was
hell?
hot, and she got burned. And now we gonna learn if she that child that's gonna touch it again and might need a therapist, or if she gonna learn from her mistake and do better. We'll see.
Absolutely.
But I'm not gonna give you the camera time that you want, Emma.
Sure ain't. Move on.
Lord help us. Let me get this comment. Okay, I didn't understand this couple that's in Casablanca. Give me the quick rundown on them. They are in Morocco. They're broken up. Emma, and she cheated on her fiance to get with her boyfriend while she was mad at her fiance. They eventually broke up. She stayed with the boyfriend but didn't tell about the fiance. Told him in the middle of the desert, quite literally in the middle of the desert. He said, "What? You been lying to me? I'm done." So he left her in the desert. Then she tried to go back to the other ex, but he got a girlfriend and was trying to cheat on her. So yeah, that's pretty much the cliff notes. Aviva and Stig, our local Phoenix stud. Everything about them this episode was stupid. Now they went from a lack of trust to Jojo. You could just turn the oven off and leave it in there. Thank you. I am cooking. Apologies. These two just gave us a bunch of stupidity. Pure stupidity. They don't trust each other. He was exposed for cheating by his dad, his friends, the people of his islands, Aviva's aunt, the best friend of the girl that he's cheating with, and Aviva's seen him doing stuff on the phone. But Aviva says that now that Aunt Spring is gone, their relationship is back on track, and she believes that he did not cheat, and she trusts him.
Just like a Phoenix woman. Just like a Phoenix woman. I'm telling you, that's all it took. All it took was for Aunt Spring to take her ass up out of that island for Aviva to go back into the delusions of grandeur that she is in.
She'll be pregnant by somebody, even if it's not Stig, that she should not be pregnant for within the next 5 years. And I feel like she'll do that again with a couple of people. I just don't see it for Aviva. To be this dumb as a woman is pathetic, even at her age. Stig tells her he fell in love with her during this trip, the whole week and a half that they've been with each other. And she says she loved him too. Next day, he take her on a staycation. I still don't trust him, but she does, so I got to accept it. He took her to the Mayan ruins. They had some cooking classes. I hollered at the cooking class instructor, looking at them making the rolling of tortillas into something sexual, because that shit was being rolled, and she was looking at them like old girl whose picture we be putting up on the and honest, no shade, Aviva be looking like she has a smell sometimes, or like it's just the heat and humidity is getting to her. I don't know why. I don't have much positive to say, but apparently Aviva's period hasn't come. Stig's like, "So has your period come?" Even though he said he wanted to use protection. And Aviva's like, I mean, I don't know when it's supposed to come because it's hell of irregular. And he's like, "Oh." And she's like, "But I mean, it usually comes around this time. If you are irregular, then it doesn't usually come around this time, Aviva. That is not what it means to be irregular. That means you have a regular period." Okay.
Just setting up the game, just so fucking
I'm just like,
stupid.
God,
Oh
you
my
want to have a baby
god.
and you don't even know how to fuck it work to bleed. Um, he suggests she take a test. And she's like, are you okay with that? Bitch, you don't really have a choice if your period not here and you say it's, but do you have anything to add to Aviva and Stig?
No, because I keep trying to tell y'all about Phoenix Swimming. Y'all don't believe me when I say this.
It's
Like
getting worse. And
it's
we're gonna have to
getting
deal with
worse.
Kaylee on Love After Lockup.
Not shocked, not surprised. And I can't wait, actually.
Of course you can't. I
Because
be
I
telling
know
James, y'all, some of the shows I watch be real ignorant, but he's starting to see it's for entertainment and just that. You don't have hopes. We
nope.
can't analyze them. They got nothing to lose already. That's just the way they are.
Exactly.
Oh God. But that's it with the Viva and Stig. The last people we're going to discuss is going to be Rick and Trisha. We know they're not together in real time. All we see is Rick struggling in the shower and her family laughing at him in the village. They had a beautiful village, by the way. I just love the way that was all arranged. But she talks with her dad. We see Trish talk to her dad. It's very important in Malawi culture to have a baby. Honestly, in most African cultures, if you married with a man, you got to be producing. And she asked her dad if he would force her to pick between Rick and the family if she could not, have a baby or Rick doesn't want kids, which is basically telling your dad he doesn't want kids, which I feel the dad figured out already. And the dad says that he won't want her to be with Rick if he doesn't want kids. And I think that's fair because it's obviously important to Trish, separate from her family as well. She said this is the whole reason she works as a midwife and someone that delivers babies because she wants one of her own. She's 25 years old. She's young. She's beautiful. Body is tea. She's smart. She's intelligent. And I think she deserves to get what she wants instead of getting with California's worst. You're getting with California's worst. Okay? Because in real time, don't nobody want no 52-year-old niggas selling hair weave 3 months out the year doing tax season, probably fucking on the bitches he's selling it to since he say he not making much of a profit, even though weave will make you thousands. Look at Latrice. Look at Latrice. And it looks like he's just the one that never grew up. His kids are more mature than him. So I don't understand why Trish is arguing with her dad for this. I hate to see young girls throw away their life and their childbearing years for some dusty old ass nigga that probably need therapy to even want to date somebody her age. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel? That's all I have for them.
To me, I feel like once again, I don't understand what the big deal is about having kids, Rick. You have baby children. You have children under 5.
They gonna watch each other.
What is one more going to hurt the bunch? Like, I just don't understand. Like, it's so weird. But at the end of the day, Trish, you can do a whole lot better. And
Thank
when I
you.
say a whole lot better, I mean a whole lot better. I just need you to have more self-esteem than what you have. Because ain't no man finna accuse me of cheating and then lo and behold, he was the one cheating the whole fucking time. Absolutely not. So I need you to have bigger self-esteem than that. I get sometimes access it means a whole lot, y'all. I totally get it. But at the same time, don't be so afraid to lose him. Like you need to have been gone a long time ago.
Trish is an attractive girl. Honestly, she could find a man younger who does want kids in America that will sponsor her to come over here. If she wanted to come over here, she could find somebody anywhere in the world.
You
Beautiful
got
girl.
somebody, anybody, white, black, Hispanic,
And Rick
every,
knows it. That's why he
yeah.
waited so long to tell
And
her
that's why
that
he
he
fucked with
cheated.
your self. Yeah, but that's why he fucked with your self esteem too, because
He
he
knew what he
knows.
was doing by sleeping with her before telling her. He knew
Yep.
exactly what he was doing. He ain't shit. He just ain't. Y'all, but that is it for this review of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. This was season 8, episode 15, Mayday, Mayday. I see why they called it that. My God. I do hope that everybody taps in with the links in the description. Please subscribe to my co-host, the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, which is James, who is here with us now, as well as other great content creators that are Black, such as Shani and Shayna_MCD, JB Says What, Kiwan JTV, and a slew of others. We're going to head into James's channel now to go over the Married to Medicine reunion part 1. You guys do not want to miss it. Please tap in. Other than that, the next video on this channel will be tomorrow. I'll have a video up for Beauty in Black featuring myself and Kiwan JTV. There will also be another video going up in the evening for 90 Day The Single Life. But other than that, we bid you farewell. Thank you, James, and we will see everybody next time. Adios.